right. So I'm here with my friend uh, Paul Kumar. Paul, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, my name is Kumar Paul. I'm from Delhi, India, and I've been doing ministry for last 25 years, and I've seen uh, the precious hand of God upon me and my family since I have given my life. I come from a very strong Orthodox Hindu family where nobody knows who Jesus is, and there is no one even knew about Jesus. From that such family, God has touched me and called me when I was very young. At the age of 8, God touched me when I was studying in one of the mission school in India.
Mm.
And thereafter I gave myself and to the Lord, and when I reached 10th, I just I had a special encounter with God, that he has chosen me for the ministry. And then I also gave my life at that time in the hands of God. But since I was very young and I thought of I want to study more, so I just went on for studying. And when I completed my schools, and then I thought I forgot all those things that I have to be in the ministry. I wanted to be advocate. I want to be what I want to study LLB, like for the uh, for the what to say that Hindi we call it wakil, like advocate. I want to become an advocate.
Yeah.
And then soon after, what I have seen, I was suffering from. Uh, I just suffered with the jaundice,
Mm.
and the jaundice was not a simple jaundice; it was all over my body. And at that time, and I just remembered what I promised from to God, I have to be in the ministry. But again, I just remembered those things, and I just told God, I asked God, if you heal me from this sickness, I'll come back from that. All my advocate and study, I'll stop and I'll go to the Bible college and study, and I'll do the ministry. But as soon as I got healed, within a few couple of weeks, I become all right, and then I forgot what I committed to God. And then I started doing, searching how to become this advocate. And later next year, the next year again, I suffered with the same sickness, and
Mm.
that was more severe than the last years of jaundice. And this time I said, Lord, this is the final time. I'm not going to go back again with this, with my
God wouldn't let you
understanding.
go.
Yeah. And then God healed me within a week of time. And then thereafter, I didn't look back for all my, studies and all those things. I went to the Bible college, I learned, and then I came to Delhi. And meanwhile, I have been involved in so many of ministries in different places all over the country. And then finally, in 2003, I started a small church in Delhi. And that was like 60 people were there in that church. And it was continuously, I was just doing those ministry for 10 years. And then um, I have seen only that 60 people were there, and every day I used to see those people. But when I was in the Bible college, I had a dream and I had a vision to change the entire Delhi. And God was asking me to do, that the vision that I have seen, that the whole capital city of Delhi to be saved. And I was at that time popped up with the Bible knowledge and everything. Once I graduated from the Bible college, I thought, okay, now I got the knowledge of Bible. Now I'll go to the city and I'll just change the
You'll go
entire
and you'll do
city.
it
Yeah. Now this city has to fear me now. The
because
prophet is
Delhi's
there.
a small city,
Yeah. Yeah.
only
It's a
about 10
very
people.
not about 10, it's about 28 million people.
Oh,
Like it's
28
a
million people. Okay.
and I thought, okay, it's like I've been hearing lots of messages of missionaries and the preachers that when they shout, thousands of people fall down and thousands of people just get saved. So I said, okay, here the next prophet is coming to city.
No, no
Uh,
problem for Kumar. No problem.
I just went to the city after my graduation, and what I have seen that no one is asking about me, and no church is giving a chance to preach in that city, the cities. I said, I think I have missed something. I have missed. I had a pride of myself that I know everything of the Bible now, but the time I have to spend with the God, that was really lacking with me. 9 months I spent my life under the feet of Jesus, the morning, evening, and like I was spending like anything. And that right after the 11th month, and there the ministry approached me at the different ministry, that ministry called Jesus Calls, where I go for prayer for the people. It's all AC room, and I used to be inside and praying for the people there. And then after a year, I realized this is not my ministry. My ministry is to plant the church. And sitting in the AC room, I cannot do those things. Then I went, during the period of that ministry, I started a church with a small number of people, about 60 people. 60 number of people used to come to the place where I run the church. And that has been a long period of time. I'm seeing the same people, and the vision one side is reminding, and God is reminding those things, and I'm just asking God, Lord, I have seen that all cities been saved, now only 60 people are there, Lord, how I'm going to do these things. And I used to pray, and just everywhere, wherever I go or see anybody else, my thinking is that how to change this city. And I was like going like that for almost 10 years, from 2000 till 2011. And 2012 I met SCP. The bunch of SCP guy came to city, and
Mm-hmm.
the place where they organizing a meeting, and that pastor he is well known to us, and he said, there's a meeting is going on, if you can come, it will be very good for us. Okay. Then I went there. There were 110 people were there. 110 pastors, all big pastors, a big church pastors. And then what I've seen among them, the at the end of the meeting, end of the 3 days of that envisioning program, and they called me and asked me, what do you like about it? I said, actually the vision, every man, woman, and child is matching what I was dreaming for many many years. Like every man, woman, and the child of the city is a need of salvation, and they have the proper, they are the biblical, a way of reaching the people there. Then I met with them, and thereafter they spent lots of time with SCP leaders, and they helped me to how to reach entire city with the vision. And they had the vision, and I too had a vision to reach, and they helped me how to go about it and reach the city. But now I have just seen, like Delhi is, it's a there's too many peoples, like before I said, to 28
28.
million people are there in the city. And then the city is divided into 99 pin codes, and 99 pin codes is like it's like each pin code consists of many thousands of peoples are staying in those lines. And then we have decided that if we start one small church in each pin code, and then we can easily reach out all the neighboring or all the city of the Delhi. So likewise, as long as I received the training from the SCP and spending lots of time with the strategies and all those things, and then finally we found the like-minded leaders I received. By the grace of God, we got the people who can help me reaching the cities. So we train them, and we place each one of them. And especially what in the earlier stage, what I have said, I have not called any people from outside of the church.
Mm-hmm.
The 60 people God gave to
From in
me.
the church.
I trained them. Whatever I'm learning from the brothers from the SCP, I just apply on my life, and I just read it day after day. And then once I'll thorough of those things, I started teaching those things to my this church members. And
Mm-hmm.
then and slowly they started understanding the way that I am thinking, the vision, that they started catching it out. And then
Mm-hmm.
one fine day I told them, no more I'm going to spend the time with you. Now you have to go away from the church. I sent all of them, at least 40 of them. They said, we will be going and doing. 40 of them gone out, and they started founding a single house churches in their local areas. Out of that 99, 40 places, we started immediately as small churches.
Mm-hmm.
And those people, and now the leader is not sitting quiet. Like, he started training his people there, and he is helping them to send the nearby the places, nearby the pin codes where the pin code was not reached. So likewise, today, 2020, there is no single pin code is left out. All the pin code is filled with the house churches now.
Amen.
And not only that, now what I am doing now, I am taking this vision out of my city, like neighboring states like Punjab, and then Uttarakhand, and then the Rajasthan, the three of new places that we have went. And the same principle we are applying with every man, woman, and child, and training those principles to the leaders in those areas. Now we got tremendous leaders who have the same visions, and they are reaching out their own states. Just we are going and helping them how to do the churches. So this way, we've been reaching so many people around the cities and out of other states, not only our cities, but the different cities of India. So
Amen.
I just want to thank Brother Jordan. I just want to thank Dr. Dwight and Mark, Wes, and all their, one good thing I want to tell here, like when Jordan is listening me, like if I am hearing from Jordan the same principle, there is no adding of all on those principles. What Jordan is speaking, the same thing I'll hear from the Dr. Dwight.
Yep.
What the Dr.
Absolutely.
Dwight is speaking, the Chad is speaking the same line of the
Okay.
visions. There is no deviations because of their coordinations, because of their understanding of, the principles of the biblical. We come to understand those things in a very easy way. And the same way, these principles, when we teach from the elder, even to the youngsters and even the child, they catch this vision very easily, and they
Amen.
just they live with those visions, and not only keeping those things inside of them, but they just go out wherever they find the people, they share and spend time with those people with the gospel.
Amen.
So
So
thank you so much.
thank you. Thank you. You did the work. So you started off with one understanding of the church, right? But over time, you were willing to, um, for lack of a better word, repent of that understanding of what was going to happen, just like I had to do the same thing, right? And then see how God in the scriptures actually says, no, this is how I want to work with the church. I want to work in people, right? Not this young crazy guy who thinks he's going to do everything, right? But right, but I work through the Spirit of God in all of Christ's people,
All Christ people.
right? And so then then you, like me, we saw like my job is to empower people. And
Yes.
so I want to cooperate with the Spirit of God in people, get them
Yes.
walking in faith, get them growing in their relationship with Jesus. And then I want to decentralize this and cooperate with the fact that they live all over, like for you, they live all over Delhi. So they can be the instrument that God's going to use all over Delhi, right?
Of course.
and so all of a sudden, you don't have one congregation that's got
Hmm.
28 million people, but you've got
Yes.
99 congregations that have accessibility to 28
Yes.
million people.
Of course, that's absolutely true.
And then you've got partners like
Hmm.
your 99 house groups aren't necessarily gonna reach 28 million people, but then you can partner with other congregations in each of those pin codes to
Yes.
reach 28 million people. It's beautiful. You've done great work.
Yes.
Great work. Great work. Obviously, within the last couple of weeks, your country, like my country, like many countries around the world, have been devastated with the coronavirus and dealing with all of that.
Yeah.
How you guys were initially locked down for 21 days, and then you got an
Tot-
additional
19 days.
19. So
Yes.
40 days.
40 days.
All right. All right.
Yeah.
So how has that affected what you're doing? How has that affected the country? How has that affected life in India? And then the church's response to that?
Yeah. The coronavirus is unfortunate to all of the countries, not only India, but everywhere. Especially the the problem that we have seen is not the virus. It's like a lockdown immediately happened in India. Due to that, what we have seen, the laborer classes people or the widows or the poor or these are the people who were more affected. And
Mm-hmm.
like all the section of the people were affected, but the most affected people were these people who goes for the job and who earns daily wages. Like if I go to work, I'll eat or I'll feed my family. Those
Right.
people were stuck in the home, and for first week they don't had any problem because they had money and they bought the things inside. And as the things were going back and things were as the things were going moving on, like people were stuck inside, and the situation getting very worst because of there's no food inside of their house. And what our churches did is like uh, the church, whatever they helped us, financially. And initially we got some finance from the even the local churches, and from the people from other people to help those people. They brought those money to the church. And already because we have seen these situations are very tightened, and we have identified 746 families who are really suffering. They were lacking food and suffering too much in their families. So what we have seen, with the help of the money that we received, and the money that we received last month from brother Jordan, you have sent money in my
Mm-hmm.
account. So all those money collected, and for at least for a month of ration, like food items, like um, we purchased and we have just given to those families, so
Mm-hmm.
that at least for a month they can survive with those things, that they should not die without food. Because the virus is not affecting the poor ones, it's all the people who travel from the abroad,
Right.
who have used the plane. But the poor one has suffered because of the lockdown.
Right.
So by the grace of God, church, stretch forth their hands towards those needies. And even all of your prayers that you prayed for all of us, that we could go to such places and help those people and could see the smile on their faces. It's an
Mm-hmm.
amazing feeling to help
Amen.
those people.
So all over India, we've heard reports. You've seen firsthand, and then I've heard
Mhm.
reports from the other guys that we work with, of
Okay.
people just like that. The poorer people who have just been in need as a result of this, and so we're working together with our partners just like you, who
Mhm.
are trying to do that. Love people in Jesus' name, take something that is catastrophic and use it as an opportunity to share the gospel, as they share rice, dal, water, compassion. And so we're trying to raise some money on your behalf, both as a congregation at Missio Church in Syracuse, and then other congregations throughout the U.S. and throughout North America through SCPI. We're trying to raise some money. People can give to that. They can go to our website at missiochurch.org/give, or they can go to SCPI Global or scpglobal.org. At both of those places, there are opportunities for them to give to that, and we're just coming alongside of you guys and excited to do that. So, and pray, Paul. Before we end this conversation, you do a pretty good Adam Brago impression. Any chance I can get that on camera? You impersonating Adam Brago.
Who's that? Adam Brago? I'm not getting it.
Adam Brago. Adam came to visit you a few years ago. You remember Adam. He works with me.
Oh, okay. Adam. Yeah. He came to Delhi, and I said it's some.
You do a pretty good impression of Adam.
Adam is a very gentle man, and he's a so humble guy that I have ever met. And the way that he speaks the terms of SCP or the word of God is directly just penetrates your heart and get inside. He speaks such a normal. I don't know. I have seen in that way. You might have seen him in this thing.
Yeah.
But
well, one time I was with you. You did an Adam impersonation, so you'll have to work on that. We'll have to get that on camera sometime. So
yeah, sure.
And anyway, well, we're praying for you, brother. We love you, and keep us updated on how things are going.
Yeah, one more thing I just want to tell. Not only like it just as I was speaking, I just got remember those things. Like now, it's like a miracle happened. Like in even this lockdown situations, and we were thinking how to reach these people.
Yes.
Only just giving the food is not the solution. It that anybody can give. The people who have money can give, but our thing is that how to reach those people with the gospel. How to send the gospel is like it was just running in my mind at that time. So what we used to give the food item to them and collect the phone number of their family member. And what we do, we day later, one of the leaders or the church people call them and just pray along with their families. We did like this with all the 740 families. And the amazing part is like these 700 people regularly, they are in touch with the believers or the leaders, and they said we are going to come to the church when the lockdown is open. So this thing is amazing that we not only the food helped, but the life of those people were saved because of something that we could give to them. So that was a really amazing things, and it's a very good feeling of at least even this time we could reach this many people. And they said we'll be going to come to the church and we'll just want to know more about. And these people are not the Christians, and these are the non-believers. They don't know about Jesus. And these are the people who are going to with whom we are going to spend some more time after the lockdown. And it's my prayer that you please pray for them, that they may be open to the gospel, that they may regular in the church.
Absolutely pray that God gives you the opportunity to build a relationship with them, and through that the seeds of the gospel will penetrate their heart.
Sure.
Absolutely. Well, I love you, man. It's exciting to hear what's going on. So we'll be praying for you guys.
Sure. Please keep remember us in your prayer. It's because of your prayer we are able to do all those things. And
Amen.
Thank you, and we want